Welcome to the Lost in History channel. Be sure to subscribe and like so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. In 1959, Jacques Plante became the first goaltender to wear a protective mask. He changed how goalies played, bringing more safety to that position in ice hockey. In 1900, glass collections were displayed by vendors demonstrating detailed craftsmanship. Glassware was highly valued, and intricate pieces were popular at the time. In 1889, a man named Samir, who was Muslim and blind, lived in Damascus, Syria. This era illustrates the diversity of people and their stories around the world. In 1976, Agnetha Feldskog, singer and member of the group ABBA, was photographed in a relaxed moment, holding a lollipop. By that time, she was already known for her musical career and her prominent presence in the international pop scene. A girl appears with her pet, a sheep. This image shows the special bond between children and their animals, reflecting moments of care and companionship in past times. In May 1937, the airship Hindenburg flew over New York City in the United States. At that time, airships were used for transportation and long-distance air travel. In 1959, a woman was harvesting hay in Cogne, Italy. This work was common in rural areas and important for local agriculture. The image depicts country life during that period. In late July 1944, a young German soldier, newly taken prisoner, sits on a church bench in Normandy with his helmet beside him. This moment is part of the records of the conflict period in Europe during World War II. At the start of the United States Postal Service's air mail delivery service, many pilots were hired to fly. Of the first 40 pilots, 31 had accidents during their missions. Sometimes people create fake photographs to tell stories or provoke reactions. These images can be made for different purposes, such as entertainment or critique. The creation of these photos shows how photography has been used in varied ways over time. In 1916, during the Spanish flu pandemic, a family is shown wearing masks for protection. Even the family cat is wearing a mask. This precaution was part of efforts to prevent the disease's spread at that time. In 1920, a dentist in China prepared to extract a bad tooth. At that time, dental procedures were performed with simple tools and traditional techniques. This moment shows part of early 20th century oral health care. In June 1962, John Anglin used a fake head to fool the guards during his escape from Alcatraz prison. He and his two companions managed to get away, but their whereabouts remain unknown. In 1908, a Navajo man in the United States was dressed as Nyanesgani, an important figure in his people's mythology. This attire was part of ceremonies and cultural traditions that helped keep Navajo history and customs alive. A man uses a weapon called a punt gun, a large shotgun used for duck hunting. This gun could hit many birds at once, more than 50. Because of its power, the punt gun was banned in the late 1860s. In 1899, inside the federal court of Muskogee, The trial took place of several individuals accused of serious crimes against Native American teenagers in the Oklahoma Territory. That proceeding was rare for its time, as many were formally held accountable. In 1901, Annie Edson Taylor posed beside her cat and the barrel in which she went over the falls. She became famous for being the first person to accomplish that feat. This event marked a notable moment in the history of daredevil adventures. Around 1974, Alma Reville was photographed in the kitchen with a wax figure of her husband, Alfred Hitchcock's head, inside the refrigerator. Alfred Hitchcock was a famous film director known for his suspense movies. In 1945, Easy Company, part of the 2nd Battalion, 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment of the 101st Airborne Division, was at the so-called Eagle's Nest. This location was one of the bases used during the end of the conflict in Europe. In 1959, protests took place in Little Rock, Arkansas, related to school integration changes. That period was marked by significant debates about education and society in the United States. In the 1950s, it was common to see ads promoting how easy it was to buy cigarettes, even from a hospital bed. Smoking was widespread and socially accepted, and ads encouraged consumption in various daily situations. In 1982, Agnes Dens grew, planted, and harvested a 2-acre field in the heart of Manhattan, New York. This action drew attention to environmental and urban issues, showing a connection between agriculture and city life. In 1938, women practiced boxing on a rooftop terrace. This activity showed the growing participation of women in sports and their dedication to challenging the era's norms. Women's boxing began gaining ground as exercise and competition. In 1999, Serbian and United Kingdom soldiers were present in Kosovo province in the then Federal Republic. This moment marked the end of a significant period in the region's history. In 1914, Australian troops were stationed near the pyramids in Egypt. This deployment was part of military operations during World War I. The region was strategic for force control and movement at that time. In 1913, a Turkish peasant offers a prayer before a challenging event in Cisar-i Mustafa Pasha, now Svilengrad in Bulgaria. That period was marked by hardships for many people in the region. In 1942, the New York Times was composed and printed using industrial equipment. The process involved multiple steps to ensure the news reached the public quickly and efficiently. This work was essential during a critical period in world history. In 1914, a Kwakiutl shaman performed a religious ritual. The Kwakiutl are an indigenous community from the Pacific Northwest of North America with important spiritual traditions. At that time, many people in China did not take photographs too seriously. As a result, they appeared playful and relaxed in the images. These photographs help us understand some of the traditions and customs of that era. In 1933, a tilt test was conducted to prove that London's double-deck buses were not at risk of tipping over. This test helped ensure passenger safety and confidence in using those vehicles. During World War I, German soldiers took part in military exercises in northern Germany, accompanied by trained dogs. These exercises helped prepare the troops for various situations. In 1950, Italian fashion models took a break to smoke in Italy. This moment offers a glimpse into these professionals' daily lives during the 1950s, an era marked by shifts in style and fashion culture. In 1937, pedestrians in New York City, United States, watched through a restaurant window as a cook prepared a large pot of spaghetti. This moment shows people's interest in cuisine and the importance of restaurants in urban life at that time. In 1945, Christopher Tolkien and his father, John Ronald Reuel Tolkien, were together. John Ronald Reuel Tolkien was known as the author of famous fantasy works, such as The Lord of the Rings. This image captures a moment in these writers' family life. In November 1918, residents of Philadelphia, United States, observed a new map of Europe after the end of World War I. The territorial changes showed how the continent was reorganized after the conflict. This moment marked a new phase in world history. In 1910, a pair of students spent time together in their dormitory at the University of Illinois. These moments reflect daily life and camaraderie among young people during the early 20th century college experience. In 1944, potential portraits were created to show how a leader might look if he tried to hide after his regime's fall. One portrait is an actual photo, while the others are composites made to depict different scenarios. In 1938, tourists drank tea and sunbathed atop the Great Pyramid in Egypt. This image shows people's fascination with ancient structures and tourism at that time. The Great Pyramid is one of the world's most famous monuments. During the Great Depression, an American family left Florida to move to the northern United States. Many families made such journeys in search of better work and life opportunities. The image shows a lion's claws. The claws are vital tools for the animal, used for hunting, defense, and moving in its natural environment. The lion is known as one of the great predators of wildlife. In 1970, Vladimir Putin was a young man in the Soviet Union. He grew up to become a significant figure in world politics. This image shows a moment of his youth during a period of major changes in the country. In the 1940s, the International Sweethearts of Rhythm were one of the pioneering all-female jazz and swing bands. Led by singer Anna Mae Winburn, they stood out for their talent and influence on the music of the era. In the 1890s, a girl appears with her cat. The image shows the affection and companionship between people and their pets at that time. Such relationships were common and valued in family life. In 1958, Elvis Presley served in the United States Army. This period marked a pause in his musical career and demonstrated his commitment to military service. Elvis is remembered as one of the 20th century's greatest music stars. In the 1930s, Hedy Lamarr was an actress known for her beauty and talent. Besides her film career, she also contributed inventions that influenced future technology. Hedy Lamarr is remembered for both art and science. In the 1910s, the first hairdryers were shaped like robots. These devices were innovative for their time and showcased technological progress in personal grooming. In the 1920s, Halloween costumes were crafted in creative and often simple ways. People wore handmade outfits and masks to celebrate the holiday. This tradition was already part of popular culture, with various styles and themes for that era's celebrations. In 1977, in-flight meals were prepared by Pan Am Airlines. The care taken in meal preparation was part of the service offered to passengers during flights. In 1972, the seaplane boat called the Meteor was used in the Soviet Union. This type of vessel was fast and efficient for water transportation. The Meteor represented technological advances in navigation during that period. In 1997, a circus performer in the United Kingdom showcased remarkable flexibility in their act. Performances like this are part of circus traditions, combining physical skill and entertainment for the audience. In 1986, Princess Diana greeted people in Walsall, England. She was known for her community work and warm manner. Moments like this show the bond between public figures and the people at that time. In 1973, the Twin Towers could be seen from New Jersey in the United States. That year, the buildings symbolized New York City's growth and development. The Twin Towers were icons of modern architecture for decades. In the 1930s, dance marathons were popular events in the United States. Couples competed by dancing for many hours, showcasing endurance and skill. These competitions drew audiences eager to watch the participants' efforts. In the 1930s, one couple won a dance marathon in Atlantic City. They danced for a total of 1,473 hours. That competition required tremendous endurance and skill to keep dancing for so long. On December 3, 1951, workers painted the Brooklyn Bridge in New York City, United States. The painting was part of the structure's maintenance, ensuring its durability and safety. The Brooklyn Bridge is one of the city's best-known landmarks. In the 1980s, Yuri Knorozov, a Russian linguist, became known for deciphering Maya hieroglyphic writing. His work helped us better understand the culture and history of the Maya peoples. In 1933, the plane known as the Puddle Jumper was used for short flights. These small aircraft were important for linking nearby cities and enabling quick travel. In 1937, the Cadillac V16 Series 90 Hartmann Cabriolet was an extremely sophisticated luxury car. This model featured an elegant design and was known for its comfort and performance. In 1912, Erwin Rommel, Center, dressed as a woman for a variety show during his student years at the Kriegsschule in Danzig. This moment shows a relaxed side of student life at that time, with performances and entertainment among young people. In the early 20th century, in Naples, Italy, street vendors offered musical instruments such as tambourines. These vendors were part of daily city life, bringing music and joy to the people. Around 1919 in the state of Washington, United States, Logs were stacked to dry at the Seattle Cedar Lumber Manufacturing Company sawmill. In the 1960s, people rode scooters along the banks of the River Thames in London, England. Riding a scooter was a practical and fun way to get around the city. At the 1908 Olympic Games in London, the high jump competition took place. Athletes from various countries participated in the event, which involves clearing a bar set at a specified height. In 1949, someone was in their bed at the original bodybuilding club in the United States. At that time, interest in physical exercise and bodybuilding was growing, and specialized clubs were beginning to gain popularity. Veronica Lake was a famous actress in the 1940s. She was known for her film roles and distinctive style, especially her iconic hairstyle. In 1965, musical groups such as the Supremes, Martha and the Vandellas, the Temptations, and Smokey Robinson and the Miracles were very popular. They were part of the soul music movement and helped shape the musical landscape of that era. In the 1970s, flight attendants of the German airline Lufthansa wore uniforms that reflected the style of the time. These uniforms were part of the company's image and helped identify employees during flights. In 1945, a French army woman was photographed in a German town after the end of the conflict in Europe. She is holding a bottle of red wine. In 1899, Tsar Nicholas II of Russia was playing with his cousin, Prince Nicholas of Greece, and Grand Duke Boris Vladimirovich. This moment shows a more relaxed side of royalty members at that time. In the 4th century AD, an ancient mosaic was created that is considered one of the largest in the world. This mosaic was discovered in Antakya, Turkey, during hotel construction. Mosaics are images made from small stones or colored pieces used to decorate floors and walls. In 1910, a father and his son were having fun together. Moments like this show the importance of play and family bonding. In 1967, a conceptual design for a portable television was created. The design showed an innovative way to carry the device, although it was quite different from today's models. In a costume contest, someone entered dressed as a slice of bacon. These contests are fun events where participants wear creative outfits to show originality. In past decades, mobile homes were used as temporary housing or to make moving from one place to another easier. These homes provided a practical solution for families needing a residence that could be transported. During 1942, women's stockings were hard to find. Because of that, many women used makeup to draw lines on their legs, mimicking stocking seams. Jessie Matthews was an actress known for her style in earlier years. She wore various accessories, such as small tiaras or headpieces called headdresses. These accessories were part of the fashion of the time and helped highlight the performer's looks. The camouflage known as dazzle was a pattern used during World War I. It was painted on ships to make it hard for observers to determine their course. The shapes and colors created confusion for anyone watching from afar. In 1899, a photograph was taken of a diver submerged underwater. Many believe this was the first underwater photograph ever made. In the early 1990s, actor Robin Williams appeared in a humorous scene involving the Thinker statue by Auguste Rodin. The scene showed Williams offering toilet paper to the statue, creating a light-hearted moment. From 1968 to 1973, Debbie Harry worked at the Playboy Club in New York, where she waited tables. This period was before she became famous as a singer. Jobs like this were part of many people's lives in the city at that time. In 1911, Chris, the sled dog, listens to a gramophone. The gramophone was a device used to play music and sounds, providing entertainment for people and even animals in that era. An Adelie penguin guards its nest, while photographer Herbert Ponting captures the scene at Cape Royds in the Ross region of Antarctica. This moment shows animal behavior in its natural environment and the importance of photography in studying wildlife. In the 1950s, Nora Washington posed with a catfish she caught using a simple pole in the Colorado River near Bastrop, Texas. Fishing was a common and important activity for many people in the region, showing a connection to nature and leisure at that time. In 1934, a girl in Bali was learning photography and filmmaking. These skills showed growing interest in visual arts across different parts of the world. The image reflects the early popularization of these technologies in various cultures. In 1914, the Pin Boys manually set up bowling pins before the invention of automatic systems. This work was essential for the game's operation and required attentiveness and speed. In 1966, Steve McQueen was photographed with his Chevrolet Corvette Stingray 427 Coupe. This sports car was known for its sleek design and high performance. Steve McQueen, besides being a famous actor, was also a car and racing enthusiast. In 1926, Cambridge University students in England were devoted to their studies and campus activities. The university was already known for academic excellence and tradition. This image represents academic life in the early 20th century. In 1945, a French woman was photographed in Paris holding a baguette and 6 bottles of wine. These items are symbols of French culture and cuisine. The image captures a moment of daily life just after the end of an important historical period. In 1940, train passengers in the United States dined in a dining car. Traveling by train was a common and comfortable way to cover long distances. The dining car provided meals during the journey, making the experience more enjoyable. In 1952, Marilyn Monroe was photographed by artist Philippe Halsman while lifting weights. This image shows a different side of the actress, highlighting her strength and physical dedication alongside her talent and beauty. In 1928, elevator operators worked at the Selfridge & Co. department store on Oxford Street in London. These professionals helped customers move between store floors, providing an important service at the time. In 1931, a man on the beach in Heemskerk, the Netherlands, was fined for not wearing attire deemed appropriate for the location. At that time, there were specific rules about public dress. The image captures a moment of the social norms in effect then.